When I sat down to make this video, I thought I'd wheel my bike out, put some fancy music in the background, grab my chair, maybe a coffee, and then spit some boring stats out about the bike off a piece of paper. Then I realised that's really boring. So here's the new mission. We're going to keep the coffee, but take it here, shepherding. And along the way, I'll show you what I really love about this bike and why it's so fun to ride.
Okay, so as you can tell, we've moved out of the city a bit, found some more fun B roads, country lanes, all that good stuff. Got the important cargo on board on my back. But yeah, as you've seen from the title, this is my Suzuki EN 125 2A review. Apologies, by the way, for the mic quality. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I'm still experimenting with all the helmet mic setup stuff, but hopefully it's okay. So a lot of you watching this video are probably like me. You're done your CBT, you're looking for a bike to practice on to then eventually go and do your A license. That's exactly what I want to do, and this is the bike that I found. And to be honest, for a little weekend rides like I'm doing myself today, I absolutely love it. It is 125cc, as you all know, powered by a 4-stroke air-cooled engine. I think it produces about 12 horsepower, something like that. But because it is so small engine capacity, it gets amazing fuel economy. This thing easily will get 80 to 90 miles to the gallon. This is the carbureted model of this version of the bike. I think the later ones came with a fuel injection system. This is an 07 plate. I don't know when the fuel injection came in, but I'm happy it's the carb, to be fair, because it's easier to work on. The parts are cheaper, and I think it sounds better. Oh, left my indicator on there. Oopsie. I'm taking you guys to a little spot called Shepherding. There's the sign for it there. And we've got a road closure. Love that. That'll add about 10 minutes onto the drive, but no worries, because it means we can do this. One of the things which I really like about this bike is the styling. Everything on it is 90s. You know, it's definitely got that more vintage look, considering it's 2007. All the clocks are analog, the speedometer, the tachometer, and it's got the single halogen headlamp that a lot of the older bikes have. It's got all the chrome trim, all the nice bits, and all these lovely little decals. Speed wise, you can see right now I'm chatting to you is quite happily cruising around at 50, although we are going to slow down because there's some mud on the road here and I don't want to fall off. So as I was saying, quite happily this bike will sit at 50. I mean, you're not going to get much more out of a 125 anyway, any 125 for that matter. But yeah, I'm sat here doing 50, absolutely no issues at all. I mean, we're doing almost about 8.5, 9,000 RPM, but you know, for a short 5-mile hop down like an A road, a national, yeah, you can sit at 50 fairly comfortably. That's not going to be an issue if you're using this to commute to work or whatever. But I mean, it's not that fun. That's the thing. If you're looking to have fun on this bike, it is the little country lanes and the B roads, which is where you're going to be having fun, where you can really shift through second, third, fourth gear all the way up the RPM band, and that's where you're going to get the most smiles out of this bike. Okay, let's not run over any cats. Out the road, out the road. There you go. So yeah, price point £800. You can pick these up for about 1,000. I got a pretty good deal on mine, to be fair, but Like I said, £1,000, £1,500, you can get one of these. And they are a blast, as I keep saying, to drive. Gearbox, silky smooth, absolutely nothing wrong with it. I've got no criticisms. Everything changes beautifully. It accelerates nicely. It brakes good enough. It feels quite stable, even though it's got tiny, skinny little tires. And it's just a really well balanced, light, fun, nippy bike. For those of you that are interested, suspension wise, it is discs on the front, drums on the rear, steel tubular chassis, and set of telescopic forks on the front, twin shock absorbers on the back. For those of you that want to know, now you know. One of the great things that's good for a beginner rider like myself, especially when you're, in your first month or something, when you've just passed your CBT, is this gear position indicator. Now that is a lifesaver, because once you haven't built that muscle memory up and you're still kind of figuring out what gear you're in just from the noise of the bike, just having that to cross-reference is so useful. It will save you a lot of pain in the learning curve when you first get your CBT and go out on your own. So we wanted to turn around where that sign was telling us not to go. And this is why you don't trust diversions. Let's spin around quickly. There's no one behind us. Little U-turn maneuver, like you would do on your CBT test. I'm sure that's fresh in your minds for those of you that just passed. Well, there it is in practice. It is an important thing to be able to do. Okay, so I think we want to be going where that cyclist has just come out of, to the right. But I don't know what my maps are doing. Let's go down and figure it out. There you go, I think maps has picked up where we are again now. Another important aspect of any bike you ride is comfort. This thing, super comfortable, not just talking about suspension, but the actual seat and the positioning. I mean, for me, is perfect. When I'm on a bike, I don't want to be too hunched over, not like down like that, like leaning almost over the front of the handlebars. I like to be sat quite upright, and this bike, the seating position is exactly that. You're very much upright. The seat is got loads of padding in it. My dad's got a similar bike to this, a 125, but a Yamaha, much newer, like a 17 plate. And even though it's newer, God, the seat is so much harder. Like riding that thing, just 10 minutes, my bum hurts. But this thing, I've gone on like 2-hour rides, 3-hour rides, no issues whatsoever. Oh, it's very fun. So I believe these bikes come in 3 different colours, for those of you that are really interested in stuff like that. You got a red one, a blue one, or a black one. This one on the side says Pure Sport. I think all of them came with that, or like depending on what market the bike was shipped to. These bikes are insanely popular in Asia. They're still produced, I think, and because of that, there is just an abundance of parts. You'll never not find a part for this bike, and because there's so many parts, it means they're cheap as well. Interesting fact about this one in particular, I believe, just from the bike manual, this is actually a Spanish import that was brought to the UK, because all of the user manual is in Spanish. And if you look at the history for it, maintenance history, I think in 2008 it had a speedometer conversion where they adjusted it from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. I mean, you can even see the sticker down there where it would have said kilometers, and they've just stuck miles per hour over it. It's quite funny. But yeah, I think this originally was a Spanish bike. There's going to be a bit more of this bike on my YouTube channel. So if you've clicked on this and want to see future videos on it, you're interested just in the bike, or maybe you've got one yourself, maybe check out the channel, hit subscribe. Depending on when you're watching this, there might already be some videos uploaded about it. I want to try and do a couple like camping style videos, or a bit more like, obviously not crazy off-road, because I mean, look at it, it's not an off-road bike, but a little, I've done a few sections of the Tet Trail, if you know what that is, you know, and I've done a tiny little bit of like byways in it. I guess you could say like green laning, and oh, it's so fun. So I might be doing a few videos like that, like some solo camping adventure style type videos. Again, might be an interesting point. Can you do stuff like that, you know, to an extent on a Mia 125? You don't need some crazy adventure bike, although it certainly does help to have a little bit of fun on some byways. All right, I believe this is us. We just need to head right up that bank. You can't drive up there, but let's go find a spot and enjoy my coffee. I hope you've enjoyed the review. As I said, check out the YouTube channel for some more videos potentially on this bike, and I'll see you guys in the next one.